My name is Angela McHuston, and today we're going to be talking about a hot topic with flute players, which is how to play things in the third octave quietly and with a good sound. So, to preface all of that, to be able to play in the third octave with a good sound, you have to be able to play in the other octaves with a good sound. Because if you have a great sound in the low register and the middle register, why would the third register be any different? So I take it all back when I'm teaching this to what does your embouchure look like? What does your face feel like? If your face is in pain when you get done playing the flute, or your lips hurt, it means you work too hard. Playing the flute should be easy. And as you go higher, you should get more relaxed. I know it's exactly the opposite of what you think you should do, which generally means you're on the right path. Weird. Same with flute embouchure. You look around the band, if you look like anybody else, probably not going to work so much for you because you don't play an instrument like anybody else. You blow across, not across, you blow across the instrument, not into the instrument. Same with playing high notes. You get more relaxed. Instead of pinching, they come out great. That's the fast and easy answer. Now I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay? So the way I explain it is, everybody's seen a pipe. Well, a hose, like you're going to water your garden or spray your friends or whatever. You're out on a hot summer day, so you pick up the hose, someone turns it on, you do this. What does this do? You have all this water coming through here. You push your finger down. It makes the water go faster because the hole is smaller. It's the exact same thing with your embouchure, okay? So, or the aperture. The aperture is the hole the air comes out of. So, as you blow your air, it's like somebody turned the water off, they turned it down, right? So someone turns the water down, what do you have to do? You have to put your thumb over farther to keep that same speed of air. And that's the same thing. When you go to that third octave, you want to have the same speed. So this is for quiet playing, that is. So to be able to play quietly, you use less air. Just like in any other octave, you use less air. Can you play quietly in the middle octave? Great. Same thing for the upper octave. The only difference is the aperture here has to be smaller. So as you go up, it gets smaller. I'm going to demonstrate that for you. What I do is I teach you push your lips out. It's kind of like a cone. You've seen an orange traffic cone? They are bigger at the bottom and narrow towards the top. Think that I had a student say, I feel like I have a cone coming out of my face. Well, think about that. Your cone starts here and it goes out this way, and as your lips come away from your face, the hole gets smaller. I also puff out my cheeks because if I puff out my cheeks, I'm not able to pinch here. You cannot pull back and you can't pull back and puff out at the same time. It just doesn't work. Now, if you can do that, send me a video. I'm very impressed. Yeah. So that's how I teach going to that upper register. You stay relaxed. Your jaw, let it hang. Just like when you were a kid and your mom said, close your mouth. It's rude. Don't walk around with your mouth hanging open. It's rude. So you do. Well, that's your natural state, is to let your jaw hang. Let it hang freely. Lots of space in your mouth. I had a teacher who called it her mouth cave, which I thought was brilliant because it gives you that image of lots of space in your mouth. So the more space you have in your mouth, the bigger your sound is and the easier it's going to be. All the control and all the speed comes from right here, okay? So I'm going to play a G, and I'm going to play a third octave G, and as I get softer, I want you to watch the aperture here. I did it quicker that time. Did you see how it got smaller? Watch from the side. Lips go out. Did you see that? I hope it came through well. So that's how I first start. And you can do that note after note after note. Start in the middle range and work your way up. Another way to do it is also to pick a note, probably in the middle range. Go away, let all your air come out and go away until you have no sound left. And then come back little bit by little bit to just get the edge of the sound and then hold it. Here's an example. This would be, here's a low G. I'm sorry, no vibrato. That makes it too confusing. So then when you get the edge of that sound, you hold the edge of that sound. Trevor Wise says it a different way. He says that when you play, you're playing this way, you're blowing across, and then you lift your airstream up, and then you bring it back down to where it just touches the bottom of your airstream just touches the edge of the strike wall, and you get that edge of sound, and then you hold it. Same exact thing. Whichever imagery works best for you, you're doing the same thing, okay? Now, another way to do that is to, I got this one from my friend Sue in Tallahassee. She does a great description of it. She said she got this one from Robert Dick, who says you actually play 2 notes at the same time. So A flat is a really good one, or G sharp. So you play your A flat, you push your lips forward. You're not getting any louder, but you push your lips forward until you can get both notes at the same time. Then you play that upper note. See if you can hear both notes as I get there. You hear the edge of both of those? Okay, so being able to go from one note to the next and being able to hold those 2 notes will train the small muscles of your embouchure to be able to work harder. Okay, so that's how playing the high register easily and quietly kind of go hand in hand. So if you want to be able to play easily, the biggest thing I can tell you is do not pinch, which doesn't make any sense because we think, oh, it's high, I have to work at it, and that's exactly what comes out. We get guess what that means? That means your lips are too close together. If you get spit and fuzz and raspberries when you play, it means your lips are too close together. Think of more space in between your front teeth, more space in between your back teeth, more space in your whole mouth, just more space everywhere, and relax. What's the worst thing that'll happen? You know, if you make an ugly sound, so what? No, really, so what? So what? You know how to play otherwise. So all you made was an ugly sound. It just means you found a way to play an ugly sound, and there is some music that calls for ugly sounds, okay? So don't be freaked out by it. When I teach upper register, one of the best ways that I say is to puff out your cheeks, and I know I talked about this, so I want you to watch what happens and really go overboard so you can feel what this feels like. Do I have to puff them out that much? Not necessarily, but to start, it's not a bad thing. Because when I puff out here, that frees this up to be able to come down. It's kind of like a garage door shutting. I think of the top lip as your thumb going over that hose. It pulls, the top lip comes down, and it makes that aperture smaller. So then you can play soft in any register. Now, it wasn't my best sound, but that's because I'm not working on it right now. And that's okay. But you know what it was? It was soft, and it was free. That didn't hurt at all. That was very easy to do. So all I have to do is refine that. Okay? So to get back to a recap of everything we just said, to play soft and clear high notes, you want a small aperture with less air at the top to get clear, as much space as possible. Your tongue is low in your mouth. There's space in between your teeth. You can puff out your cheeks. And if you're afraid of it, or you're like, that won't work, or what if I lose my embouchure? You can always go back to what you did before. If it scares you, give it a shot at home where nobody's listening and nobody's paying attention and no one will make fun of you. Look at yourself in the mirror and do it there. And just experiment. Don't be afraid to experiment, because you might find something that works even better for you. So to recap, space, relax. Use lots of air, puff out your cheeks, and then as you get higher, less air, and your lips come away from your face to make a smaller aperture. And that's it. And then we talked about the several different ways that you can practice training those small muscles. The 2 notes at the same time and going away. Oh, and here's one more. Paul Edmund Davies actually gave me this suggestion. It was fabulous. He does long tones. And long tones are where you start on a B natural, B flat, somewhere in there. You get the most pure, beautiful sound on that B. You absolutely can. And then you move your finger. You went from B natural to B flat. And pretend like somebody else is moving your finger. You don't even know when it's going to happen. That prevents you from having to help here and doing anything funny there. You just move your finger, and all that happens is you keep that pure sound. His suggestion is to do those long tones as softly as possible. It's a super soft exercise. You go all the way down, then you go back to beat, and then you go all the way up. Oh, and it gets really hard as you go all the way up because you're really trying not to pinch. You're trying to stay relaxed and keep the focus here. And the minute you find out, I'm pinching, stop. Do something else. Come back to it later. Do it tomorrow. Doesn't matter. You cannot force yourself to relax, and you can't force yourself to do too much of one thing. You can't cram this in your body. Your body's going to learn it on its own time. Okay, so an example would be, and you hear the little edge of shakiness in my sound. Your goal is to not have any of that shake there. Better to start with as soft as possible and then get rid of the shake. As your lips get more finely tuned, they'll get rid of it. And your goal, once you get that note, see how soft you can go. Take away air, take away air, take away until you find out, oh, that's really as much as I can do. And you got to compensate by using this. Check yourself out in the mirror. What are you doing? Okay? So that's how you get high notes out softly, in tune actually, and with a good sound. So if you'd like some more information, you can actually find more information over at my website, www.musicstrong.com. You can find me on Twitter at Flute Angel, which is spelled with a J, FLUTEANGEL. And you can also hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/musicstrong, or feel free to send me an email with your thoughts and ideas and what you would like to see talked about in this video series. Angela@musicstrong.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.